morning. Happy Monday. Hope you had a lovely weekend. I am talking today about my first time journey as an author. How exciting. So I have recently signed a contract with Healing House Publishing with the lovely Vanessa, and I am hopeful that we will have my first book out by October this year, which is very exciting. And the reason I wanted to publish my book, it's actually always been a, what would you call it? A bucket list, basically, of mine. One of my bucket list items anyway. And I felt that I really wanted to put my journey to motherhood, including my IVF journey, and including my personal development journey, which I feel like they're all intertwined, and how that came to be and how I came to then be with a publishing house. So let's backtrack a little. So it is something that I have always wanted to do, is publish a book. I feel like now that I have done that, I actually want to publish a couple more and possibly look at some children's books, which will be another video, so stay tuned. Hit subscribe and you can find out more. Anywho, back to my story. So I had my precious daughter Eva in August of 2023, and at the start of 2024 I knew that I would basically spend all of 2024 on maternity leave, so I started writing and did so in between her naps. Now at that stage she was napping a couple of times a day, so her first nap I would nap, and then her second nap I would write, and often then when she went to bed at night time I would do some more writing. And I discovered through that process how much I loved creative writing and how good it felt in my body, like energetically felt amazing. Like I've never thought I was a creative person, and writing this manuscript has been the most beautiful creative experience I could ever describe to you. So I just started a Google Doc, opened up a blank page and just started writing. And then probably a couple of months in, I realized that I really wanted to have a bit of structure to the book. I know that I am a person who works well with structure and an outline. So I drafted myself a bit of a chapter outline on what I wanted to really talk about and what order I thought it would be best to go in, including chronological order, particularly with the personal development side of things and some of the mentors that I found along the way. And then I just continued to write and discovered along the way there were some nights I just couldn't. I was too tired. I didn't feel good, so I didn't. There were other days where I wrote for longer than I had originally anticipated and went with that and really got into a flow. It was just amazing. The creative energy to actually put your story into a document is like no other. And I say that because I know there were times when I had booked some time in my calendar to do some writing and did it because I just wanted to show up for myself, but I knew that I just wasn't in the headspace to do it and did it anyway. And then looking back on reading it in terms of an editing point of view, thought, yeah, that's not what I want to say. So I really learnt, most importantly through that journey, is listening to my body and going, yes, I'm scheduled for writing today, but is today the best day for me to do that? And if it is, let's go. And if it's not, then let's just give myself a little bit of grace and say, you know what, that's okay. It will get done. And it did get done. So I spent the best part of probably 12 months just writing and looking through old journal entries, looking at my IVF journal entries, spending time just remembering my childhood, relationships, romantic relationships, mentors along the way, some key events in my life that really shaped me and led me to where I was at that time and where I am now, and putting it all onto a Google Doc. Like, I can't begin to tell you how exciting this is. I originally never thought that I would do this, and then I was on maternity leave and thought, you know what, I have some time. I'm not going to stress myself out too much about it, but I'm just going to start. And starting just continued that ride of 250 something pages. I can't believe it. I will talk more in another video around the actual publishing process. But for anybody watching, if you have anything on your bucket list, if you're looking to write, I highly suggest it. Even if you don't do anything with it and just do it for you. That's actually the first reason that I wanted to do it. Yes, I wanted it published, but I really wanted it just published for me, to be perfectly honest. I wanted a legacy for me and also for my daughter, for her to understand some of the decisions that I made, particularly around her coming into this life and how we got to that journey and that decision and the life that we lead after that. I think there's just nothing better. I'm kind of a bit old school too. I love a physical book. I have tried a Kindle. I can't begin to tell you, I just can't get into it. I know some people can, and that's cool. I have friends that love their Kindle. I love the feel of paper. I love sitting with my book on my bedside table, grabbing it at nighttime before I wind down for bed and flicking through the pages. There's just, that experience is just, I can't beat it. I won't lie. So the thought of me having my own book on my bedside table that is about me and written by me is so, so exciting. So I hope you will follow my journey. I will certainly post more updates for you. And the next video, we will talk a little bit more around the editing and publishing process. And stay tuned. Hit subscribe.